Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann, and this is a Flossy Friday video. However, I am recording this on Thursday because I am trying to finish cleaning my house. I've had all week. I've had all week because I have actually been home this week. But work has been insane this week, and I've been coming home and crashing again every single day after work. I've just been exhausted. I know that part of it is my vitamin D is low again, but I've been taking a daily vitamin for that. But it does take a little while to get your body back in the swing of things if it's low. Definitely not as low as it was last year, thank goodness, but it's I think it was at like 22 and it's supposed to be over 30. Last year it was at like 12 or something, like 12 or 14. So it was like cut in half. So that was more drastic. But I definitely am feeling the effects of taking the vitamin. I have way more energy during the day at work, but I am kind of mini crashing in the evenings and the afternoons. Just because work has been mentally draining lately. So, I don't know. I've been coming home and accidentally taking naps, and so I haven't been as productive. So, I'm still working on cleaning my house for Heather to come, but Heather is coming whenever you see this, if you watch it on Friday. Heather's coming today, whenever you see this, or whenever this goes live. So we're just going to hang out. I'm going to work on my Hade Friday. Saturday, we're doing something special again together for the whole day. So I'm breaking Hade Mania officially for a day. And then she's going to head out on Sunday, but we are going to go to my embroidery bee. And we're also going to go to the 3 Stitches Stitch In. So, I'm hoping, my goal is to vlog some while she's here, unlike last time, because we'll be out and about doing things. It might be easier. But as far as anything like super specific, I'm not going to promise anything. I'm going to attempt to vlog, so we'll see how that goes. Because we really just enjoy hanging out, and it just doesn't occur to us. So, until it's like too late, and then we're like, nah, fill me, schmill me. Okay, so I have a finish, a new start, and my Hade. I also have a small bout of haul. This is part of my Cecilia's samplers order, and I'm still waiting on one more thing. So one more thing is still on semi-back order. So, oh my gosh. Okay, let's show the finish. And I also have my little mini list of threads that I want to pick up from the shop while we're there Saturday night. So, all right, so I finished my heartstring samplery Stitch or Die. It's so cute. I know that the yellow kind of like blends in, but in person it's perfect. I had so much fun stitching this. I finished, when did I finish this? I either finished this last Friday or, actually I think I did it on Saturday, maybe. It rained like the majority of the weekend. So, I think I finished this maybe on like Saturday, possibly Friday. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head right now. But I did most of it. Right before I went out of town last week for most of the week. And then I did all of the border while I was out of town. Well, majority of the border. And then I just had the little dots to finish. So this is done. I think it's supposed to be a pin cushion, but I think I'm going to do like a little flat fold because I have some cute fabric. I think that will look really good with it. So yeah. So that is my 15th finish of the year. which is really fun. And it was a new Nashville release, so yay for that. I'll do the Haid last. Okay, so I had a new start this week for my lunchtime stitch, and there was actually a night this week that I worked on this over working on my Haid, and it was because I didn't feel very good. And so I just honestly couldn't look at a Haid page without feeling like I was gonna die. So I started my summer ABCs by Little House Needleworks. And so this is how far I've gotten this week. Hopefully tomorrow at work, so Friday, I'll get to start on the little, it's like a little table with ice creams on it right here. Because the I spells out ice cream, and so below it is a little table with 3 little ice cream, like sundaes. So I'm really loving the colors for the summer one. So far, color-wise, this one's my favorite. And also I think pattern-wise so far, winter's really cute, but, and I love all of them. Do not get me wrong. I love all of them. But my 2 least favorite, I stitched first. I didn't do that on purpose. It just kind of happened. But winter for me is so bland because it's so much white, and it's just not realistic for a Texas winter, but that's fine. And then spring is super, super cute. And I love all the pastels, but I'm digging this more color-wise. But I think this will probably be my second favorite whenever I start working on the autumn one, because I'm an October 29th baby. So right at Halloween, I'm like dead center autumn. I love the colors. I love the scarecrow, the oranges and the blues. I cannot wait to pick out the colors for the autumn one. Like, I'm already kind of like drooling and dreaming about it. But I live for the bright colors also. But I think autumn will be my favorite, and then summer, spring, and winter. So kind of like backwards calendar. But anyways, so far I'm loving all the colors. I haven't used the light pink yet. Or I think the light pink is the only color that I haven't used yet. So, but it's going to look adorable. So just to give you a color look, this is the light pink. Because these 2 browns are different. This one's definitely darker than this one. But, so yeah, I'm really, really, really enjoying this. I'm glad to finally have it underway. And I was talking to Heather because, so I didn't go to my Quilt Guild meeting last Monday. Because I really needed to like pack and do some last minute things to prep for being gone for so many days. Which means I didn't get to turn in my May challenge piece. And it's not like next month I can bring 2 of them in. Like I'm down to 11 months, which is fine. They aren't doing anything like special if you make all 12. It was just a personal goal for me, but I couldn't have foreseen this last minute trip. I mean, we truly, because it happened, like, we found out so late on Wednesday and we almost didn't get seats. We had to like call, I don't know if I talked about this in the last video, and I talked a lot about it, but we almost didn't get our seats because they closed the registration that morning. I mean, so we realistically, honestly didn't think it was going to happen, and somehow, like, just the stars aligned. So, it sucks, but it does take a little bit of pressure off because, the whips that I had, the whip/new starts that I had left to finish were the summer, autumn, and needleworker ABCs and my Be Inspired, and everything else is done. So I have like some breathing room, And like if I get through the autumn ABCs and I decide that I don't want to finish the needleworker ones in 2019 or whatever, I don't have to feel as much pressure. But all my other, so I literally only have 4 months left to complete for the whole year. So I can kind of take like a small breather on that. So that's kind of nice. It was a personal goal, but you know, things happen. It is what it is. I am so proud of my certification. So like I'll take the hit, but I did like it like hit me, I think like maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday. And I was just telling Heather like, oh, dang it, I just realized, you know, and I was a little down for a little bit, but I'm over it because I mean, I have what I have now, and that to me is more important for my future than if I did all 12 months of a challenge. Like I had to put it in perspective, but I had to have that moment of like, crap. You know what I mean? So anyways, I'm super excited to have the summer ones underway. I know I really talked about wanting to work on the hands-on design months, and I really still do, but this coming back in this week from being gone all last week, I don't know what, I had this kitted up and I had September kitted up, and it would have been easy to like grab September. But I guess like in my head, I'm thinking like if I can get this done, I might still have time for September, like at the end of the month, which is totally possible and true. But I'm not really worried about it. I know that I'll get them done. This was just calling to me more. Like I said, I kind of had like some migraines at the beginning of the week, and I kind of still do. Like I kind of got one later this afternoon. And so I have a little bit of tension in my head right now. But this was easy. I don't know. This was just easier because there isn't like big chunks of like blocked color, but I don't have to change my color and like my thread and cut as often as I would need to in those little smalls. And for my attention span and how I've been kind of like feeling this week, like being back on like vitamin D pills and stuff like that, like this was just a better vibe for me. So that's why I went with that one. The months will get finished at some point, 100% promise. For not only for you, but for myself. I'm reminding myself it's okay to let a different piece call you, even if I want something finished really bad. Okay, so those finish and new start out of the way. Let's talk about my HAED. So like I said, there was a day this week that I didn't feel very good, so I didn't work on my HAED in the evening, and there was another day this week where I didn't work on anything, period, exclamation point, end of. So not as much progress, I don't think. I feel like I actually have made quite a bit of progress, and I just don't see it quite yet. Like I see it in photos like on my Instagram. I don't post a photo every day. I post a photo of this one maybe like every few days. Because I only post a I only post a photo of it if I feel like I've had a significant amount of like, I don't know. In my brain, it needs to be like X amount of like progress. So I don't do daily progress photos of it. I keep on wanting to say video for some reason. But I know since the last time I showed this, since last week, I have gotten a significant amount done. It's just, there's just so much to do on a HAED, so it just never quite feels that way, at least not for me. But this is where my page 2 is. So this last week, I only worked on page 2, so I'm still trying to finish filling this in, and you can kind of see like where this is going. So there's the 934 right here. It's like a darker gray, if you can see that. It's scattered across the bottom here, all with 3750. And then starting about like right here, where you can kind of see where it kind of goes up. It goes up and gets like 310 heavy in this like weird checkerboard pattern. So this whole block from here over, I have all of the colors finished except for the 3750. So I'm literally just filling all this in. So then I will probably finish the 934 over here and then the 310, and then the rest of it is 3750. So that's kind of like the way that I'm working the patterns right now. But I'm trying to fill this chunk in, and then I'll finish with the like random checkers over here, and then I'll finish filling in the 3750. So I'm hoping to get a fair amount of this done tomorrow and Sunday, because remember, Saturday, special project, and into the beginning of next week. So that way next week I can start working on finishing up page 3, which is a good, here, let me do this, which is a good chunk of her face. And then my goal before the end of the month, like I keep on saying, is to come down here and at least start my page 4, which will be like from the lip. So it's like the lip over, has a little bit of like her hair into the clavicle, and like the top part of like the top of like the dress and start of like one of the poofy sleeves. So that's what my page 4 is. And then page 5, my page 5 will be row 5, page 5. And that's going to be like edge of arm and going into background. And then my page 6, row 6 is all black. I'm pretty sure. I'm 95% sure that page is all black. And then I do have a row 7, but like my column 6, I think I've said this, my column 6 is like half pages. And then my row 7 is like quarter or like third pages. So I'll probably do my row 6, page 6 with my row 7, page 6 and kind of just make them all like one, because then it's more of like an actual full page. So I have 42 like pages, but truly it's probably closer to like 36 or a little bit less because of how tiny those pages are. But anyways, that's where I'm at with her. So hopefully next week this page will be done, and there will be maybe or maybe not a super noticeable difference on page 3. We're hoping for super noticeable. I've been really lucky with my Haid. Like I bought, obviously you buy them before you ever see the pattern, like you know what it's supposed to look like. But I feel like compared to some people's first Haids, I like lucked out. I have a fair amount of confetti, but I don't have as much as like some. And you can probably see it best on her face, because there's like blues and purples and tans and stuff in there. But I mean, this is all like one color. Like I have big sections of solid colors, but none of them are as difficult as the solid 310 pages. That's insane to me. But you know, I'll slowly but surely make my way through that. But yeah, I somehow lucked out a little bit. Mine's not as crazy as some. So it's easy, not with like this like checkerboard background issue, but like on the actual like her face and stuff, I made pretty decent progress relatively fast, because a lot of her skin, where there is a lot of color and there are some, you know, like pretty confetti heavy areas, a good amount of it is big blocks of color, which is, I'm just super grateful for, because you get a lot more visible progress, and for me that helps encourage me to keep going, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but that is what it is for me. Okay, my little bit of haul like I said, I bought these a little while ago, and I bought these with my And They Send from Cecilia Samplers. Again, thank you to Kyle for directing me to them. I had never heard of that store, but I was looking for And They Send, and obviously no chart can travel alone, even though it did. But I have a fifth one. Like I said, it's coming, but I don't know when. I'll get an email at some point that it's on its way. But I have been wanting this for a little while. I think I saw this several months ago, but like just floating around online as like an image, like Google or something. I don't remember how I saw it. Oh, maybe Kathy posted about it. But I hadn't seen a shop that had it readily available until I went to the Cecilia Sampler one. So I picked up a Proper Young Lady by Hands On Design. It's a fair amount of specialty stitches and some 1/1. I don't know when, if, or how I'll get to this one, but I really liked the sentiment. It says a proper young lady must learn her stitches, for then her life will be full of riches. And then it says, taught not to spend my time for naught. I just thought it was really cute. So yeah. And she gives you a couple different pattern options and ways to like finish these. So I just think it's really cool. So yeah, I picked this up. Like I said, don't know if, when, or how I'll get to that, or to most of the patterns that we all continue buying in my lifetime. But I really, really do like that. This one I had wanted for a long while. It's also by Hands On Design. The first time I ever saw this pattern, Stephanie from Just Keep Stitching, Pam and Steph, she did this one and I fell in love with it. So a little, I don't know if I've talked about it before, but it's been a long time. But I've been making videos for a long time. But I was in a sorority, and our, I don't want to say like mascot, but our symbol, I was trying to think of the word, mascot is close, I guess, but our symbol is a sailboat because of Robbie Page, is a little boy of one of the, not a founding member's son, but he was like an honorary founding member, or an honorary, it was a guy, and he was an honorary Sigma, and his son Robbie Page had polio, and so their foundation and what they would collect money for to raise money for was for a polio vaccine. And whenever a cure was found, then the foundation became for play therapy rooms for children in hospitals. But Robbie Page had a toy sailboat, and it was his favorite toy. And he was like a little like 4 or 5 year old. And he's super cute. If you like Google Robbie Page Tri Sigma, you'll see like a old oil painting. I would assume it would be oil painting of him holding a sailboat. And so the sailboat became our symbol, and like ever forward, like always moving ever forward. And then also we have like a pirate saying faithful unto death, which is just really cool. Anyways, another Hands On Design. She has several that are like beachy themed. Like the beach and relaxation and things like that are really important to Kathy. And she's been posting a lot about that in the last like few weeks. But this is a pattern from, how old is this pattern? I don't even know. 2015. So this was before I like knew about this designer. And only a year into me getting back into cross stitch. And at that point in time, I was heavy in the swaps on Instagram. But anyways, I saw Stephanie do this one, and I knew that at some point I needed to have it in my collection to do one day. I will probably change some of the colors of this, and I want to find a way to either put like my sorority's name or something of my sorority related onto the pattern rather than seize the day, just because it'd be fun to make this like kind of like a little Sigma pattern. But our colors are purple and white, so instead of like a red boat, I would probably do like purple or something. And then, you know, I kind of want to like put, you know, like my number or something in there, and then maybe like HO for Eta Omicron, which was our chapter. Say it like it's past tense, which is my chapter's name. We are the Eta Omicron chapter. So I want to find a way, and I haven't like studied the pattern or like regraphed like this chunk of space to see what I could put there, but I want to put something Sigma related. I do love the sentiment seize the day. I think it's a really awesome play on words, but I just think it'd be really fun. The only other tri-sigma cross stitch that I have is actually while I was still in college, in the early 2000s, there was a tri-sigma crest cross stitch, which actually I've never shown that on the channel. So maybe if I remember, I will do that, but and show that. But it's just purple and white, and it's of our crest. And it was a cross stitch kit that you could get from a Greek shop. I think you might still be able to find it online. It came as a kit. And that was also before, you know, like I was like changing colors of things, because I would have done it on probably like a better fabric. But I don't know, when did I do that? Like 2006 maybe? 2006, 2007, somewhere around there. And not gonna lie, one of my sorority sisters, who's also a cross stitcher, she finished a lot of the white for me because it just got to be too much. White stitches on white Eta, crazy. That's why I said, like, if I would have, I hadn't been, you know, like I hadn't cross stitched in a really long time, and I just really wanted to stitch the crest, and so I don't know, I hadn't gotten fully back in it, and so I didn't know that was like a thing that people were doing or could do or would do, or you know what I mean. So anyways, I think it'd be kind of fun to change it up a little bit and make it because whenever I see this, I see our sailboat, I see our Robbie Page sailboat, and it reminds me of the charm that like my big gave me. So God, it makes me sad because I miss Katie. Anyways, this brings me so much joy, that I want to make it a little bit like Sigma related. So, yeah. And I would probably change like these little banners up at the top to be purple and white. But I mean, the water and stuff, obviously I would leave blue, and the little fishes I would leave. But I would just change a few things to be more Sigma and throw a couple little Easter eggs in there for my sorority. I just don't know. I've got to kind of like see how big this area is and like find some like either some similar letters or some other like letters from Hands On Designs from the several patterns that I have by Kathy, and find something that would fit that's Sigma related. But anyways, really excited about that one. Again, don't know when I'm going to start it, but those are kind of like my plans for that. Okay, and then the last one is a 2009. I didn't know this one existed either. I looked at, oh my gosh, I believe it's 2009. It's either 2008 or 2009. I looked it up the other day to tell somebody because I showed them and they asked. I believe it's 2009. It's definitely not on the page that I thought it would be on. Yeah, 2009. Okay, this is a Plum Street sampler from 2009. I've never seen this one. I was just basically went out because I didn't want the chart to travel alone. But also it was a shop that I had never heard of before Kyle told me about it. So I just wanted to check, because you could look at the site by designer. And so I picked, you know, a couple of designers that I had never heard of and a couple that I like stitch a lot of their things, or I collect a lot of their patterns to stitch a lot of their things at this point. And hence why I have, you know, patterns from certain people. But this was another one that I had never seen before, and I really, really, really liked it. So this one's called Heaven Gave Rain, and it says, the heaven gave rain and the earth brought forth her fruit. And I just love it. It's so, I don't want to say it's like different for Palm Street Sampler, because it's really not. Like the raindrops really remind me of the flood. So it's like a different style than kind of like the direction that she's in nowadays. It feels like to me, but not extremely, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I really just liked it. I liked the giant tulip. I love the old fashioned like Victorian dress lady with the parasol. I just thought it looked so very like classic and stuff. And yeah, I just really, really, really liked this one. So I had to have it. And it has like a pretty like decent color list. Because if you can see, all these little raindrops have multiple colors in them. So anyways, I really, really, really like this one. I'd never seen it before. They might have more. I know that it was on back order, so she might have picked up a couple more than just mine. But yeah, so that is it. I know I like talked like super fast and stuff, but I've been so tired this week, and we're gonna have such a fun and like crazy weekend that I want to go to sleep somewhat early, but I also still have a few more things to do around the house. So I talk fast normally, but I feel like I'm talking a little bit faster today. But it's just because I feel like I just need to cram in so much in such a short amount of time. And it's totally my fault, because like I said, I keep on accidentally taking like little naps and being less productive than I should be. So anyways, I hope that y'all have a fantastic weekend. I really hope that Heather and I like do some kind of like a video or recording together, because I just think it would be a lot of fun. But if we don't, it's not because we don't want to. It's just because honestly, sometimes you just have to put the phone down and enjoy the time that you're spending with somebody without putting it on film. But I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I'm really, really, really excited. Yeah. So hopefully next week, lots of page 2 progress. Really hoping to be on page 3, but we will see. We'll see how far Summer ABCs gets in the next week. And hopefully the challenge that Heather and I set up for ourselves for this weekend will be as successful as last time. And can't wait to show y'all that. So anyways, I will see y'all next time. Have a great week and keep on stitching.